Welcome to the podcast about K-pop.
Welcome, deep divers. Get ready to plunge into a world that's exploded from soul to conquer hearts, charts, and cultures across the globe.
Yeah, it really has.
Today, we're taking a deep dive into K-pop, and trust me, it's so much more than just catchy tunes and incredible choreography.
hmm Definitely more.
K-pop is a true global cultural phenomenon, a meticulously engineered export, and a powerful force that's completely reshaping the entertainment industry as we know it.
That's a great way to put it. Engineered.
Our mission today is to unpack its incredibly complex journey, from its surprising and often difficult historical roots, through its sophisticated industrial production model, and right into the truly unique fan ecosystem that fuels its unbelievable ascent.
It's quite a story.
We've pulled from a stack of fascinating articles, cutting-edge research, and our own extensive notes to reveal the incredible layers of this industry. Prepare for some genuinely surprising facts and crystal-clear explanations that will change how you see this genre forever. Okay, let's unpack this.
What's fascinating here is how K-pop, in its modern, dazzling form, is truly a story of national resilience, brilliant corporate innovation, and frankly, a bit of rebellion.
Rebellion, yeah, I like that.
When you see the polished performances in global tours today, it's easy to assume it's always been this way. But its rise is an unlikely narrative, born from a history of intense political censorship and significant economic hardship in South Korea.
Right. People might not realize that part.
Exactly. For you, the listener, understanding K-pop isn't just about appreciating the music or the visuals. It's about grasping how global cultural trends truly emerge, how incredibly powerful digital communities can become, and yes, the significant challenges and costs that come hand in hand with such massive worldwide success.
That historical context is absolutely crucial, isn't it? Because to truly appreciate where K-pop is today, we have to rewind the clock. This wasn't always the global juggernaut we see topping charts and filling stadiums.
Not at all. Far from it.
Before the 1990s, Korean popular music, or KO as it was known, was under incredibly tight, often arbitrary government control. We're talking about military dictatorships that ruled South Korea from the 1960s right through to the 1980s.
A really difficult period.
They wielded immense power through something called the Cultural and Artistic Ethics Committee. And this committee had the authority to ban songs for virtually any reason they deemed fit, citing social, cultural, ethical, political, and even diplomatic reasons.
Basically anything.
Yeah. Can you even begin to imagine trying to create music or any form of art under that kind of constant scrutiny and potential censorship? It must have been incredibly frustrating.
It was an environment designed to stifle creativity, to control thought itself, and the numbers really drive this home. In 1975 alone, a staggering 222 songs were prohibited.
222 in 1 year.
In a single year. Think
Yep.
about that for a moment. Over 200 pieces of musical expression silenced by the government.
Wow.
And by 1983, that number had surged even higher to 382 banned songs. This wasn't just a casual vetting process. It was an aggressive campaign to conform popular culture to state ideologies.
It sounds suffocating.
It was. Even legendary figures like Shin Jong-hyun, often revered as the godfather of Korean rock, faced severe repercussions. He was actually imprisoned and his music completely censored, deemed too Western, or even worse, having lyrics that were subtly or overtly politically charged.
Imprisoned. Just for his music.
Just for his music, it painted a bleak picture for any artist hoping to genuinely express themselves.
And it wasn't just the censorship that made life incredibly difficult for artists. Economically, they were struggling immensely, barely scraping by, right?
Oh, absolutely. Widespread piracy was rampant, with bootleg tapes and records everywhere, meaning that singers simply couldn't earn a living from album sales.
So no royalties, basically.
Practically none. The idea of an artist getting rich from their music, or even just supporting themselves comfortably, was practically non-existent.
So how did they survive?
Well, to survive, these artists were forced into grueling, often relentless tours, performing in remote cities and small villages, often on makeshift stages in movie theaters or community halls.
Makeshift stages. Man.
It paints such a vivid, almost heartbreaking contrast. From these humble, censored beginnings, performing on rickety stages for meager pay, to the dazzling global dominance of K-pop groups filling massive stadiums today.
It's genuinely hard to even wrap your head around that transformation. When you consider that past, how do you think it fundamentally shaped the desire for artistic freedom and expression that eventually burst forth?
That's a critical question because that very suppression, that constant pressure, built up an immense desire for change within the younger generation. It created a cultural pressure cooker.
Yeah, waiting to explode.
And when it finally burst, it did so with an explosive force in 1992, spearheaded by a group called Seo Taiji and Boys.
Okay, here's where it gets really interesting, because their story is almost legendary. This trio, Seo Taiji and Boys, dropped their debut song, Nanarayo, I know, and in a twist of fate, it initially received the lowest possible score from a panel of TV talent show judges.
Lowest score. Can you believe it?
It's wild. The supposed experts completely missed the boat, but the public, they went absolutely wild for it.
Oh, they loved it.
The song didn't just become a hit, it became a monumental cultural phenomenon, selling over 1.5 million copies in a single month.
1.5 million in a month. That was unprecedented.
It wasn't just a hit song, it was a societal earthquake that signaled a seismic shift.
And the reason for that revolution was its sound. Nanarayo was a groundbreaking fusion, unlike anything heard before in Korea. It seamlessly blended traditional Korean ballad melodies with cutting-edge contemporary Western genres like New Jack Swing.
Explain New Jack Swing a bit.
Sure. It's that blend of R&B, hip-hop, and pop, characterized by its distinctive drum machine beats and smooth vocals, very popular in the U.S. at the time. Seo Taiji mixed that with rap and dance elements, too.
So totally new for Korea.
For the older generation, it was genuinely shocking, so radically different from the music they were accustomed to. But for young people, it was precisely what they had been craving, a fresh, vibrant sound that allowed them to embrace contemporary Western culture while still retaining a distinctly Korean flavor. It truly spoke to a generation that felt stifled by the past and hungry for a new identity.
They weren't just revolutionary in their sound either. Their whole aesthetic was just as rebellious and provocative, right?
Totally. We're talking ripped jeans, dreadlocks, earrings, looks that were pretty shocking for Korean national television at the time.
I can imagine.
In fact, their bold style led to them being outright banned from the national broadcaster, KBS-TV.
Banned. Did that hurt them?
Not at all. In a brilliant stroke of irony, that ban didn't hurt them. Instead, it actually cemented their status as counterculture icons. It made them even more popular with the youth, who saw them as authentic rebels, breaking free from traditional norms.
That's amazing. The Streisand effect, kind of?
Precisely. The immense, undeniable success of Seo Taiji and Boys proved beyond a shadow of a doubt that there was a massive, untapped market for youth-oriented music that explicitly broke free from the old molds.
So the industry saw the potential.
Exactly. This commercial validation directly incentivized the creation of the modern idol system by pioneers like Lee Soo-man, who went on to found SM Entertainment. You can draw a clear, direct line from Seo Taiji and Boys' rebellious spirit and their commercial triumph to the highly structured industrial-scale K-pop industry we see thriving globally today.
It was the spark that ignited the factory.
You got it.
And that industrial-scale model is absolutely no exaggeration. When we talk about the K-pop machine, we're truly talking about a system inspired by the Japanese idol industry, but taken to an entirely different, almost hyper-efficient level.
Yeah, they really refined it.
It's a high-stakes, meticulously designed production line built to discover, cultivate, and debut a very specific kind of artist. Thousands upon thousands of hopefuls from all over the world audition every single year, dreaming of becoming an idol.
The numbers are incredible.
We're talking about incredibly young kids, sometimes as young as 6 years old, trying to get into this highly competitive system.
6 years old.
Yeah.
That's intense. It's an intense, multi-year process that has been accurately described as a boot camp for future stars.
A boot camp sounds rough.
Trainees face schedules that can demand up to 15 hours of daily training. Imagine that kind of discipline. Rigorous sessions in vocals, dance, foreign languages, and media skills, all packed into every single day.
15 hours? How do they even go to school?
Well, many of these young people make the incredibly difficult and life-altering decision to drop out of regular school to dedicate themselves fully to this training.
Wow, that's a huge risk.
It's an immense sacrifice, and it means that if they don't successfully debut as an idol, their career options can become severely limited. They essentially put all their eggs into this one incredibly demanding basket with very little fallback.
And the regulation of their lives goes far, far beyond just grueling training schedules. I mean, it sounds like every part of their life is controlled.
Pretty much. Their lives are regulated in almost every conceivable aspect of their existence, extending into deeply personal realms. This can include company-mandated plastic surgery to fit a certain aesthetic ideal.
Mandated surgery? Seriously?
It happens. And incredibly harsh diet restrictions that have actually led to serious health issues, including exhaustion and dehydration, as trainees push their bodies to conform.
That sounds dangerous.
It can be. Furthermore, the industry prioritizes maintaining an almost impossibly wholesome image for the public, which means trainees and even debuted idols are often strictly required to forego romantic relationships.
No dating.
At all. Often, yeah. It turns the artist into this meticulously controlled public persona, sculpted for mass appeal and minimum controversy.
The psychological toll this must take on young people, it must be truly immense.
Absolutely. Think about the constant scrutiny, the relentless pressure to be perfect in every single way, the profound isolation from a normal life and typical adolescent experiences. It demands a level of resilience and sacrifice that most of us can barely comprehend, especially at such a young and formative age when identity is still developing.
Yeah.
It's a system built in extreme discipline and conformity, where individuality is often molded, sometimes even suppressed, to fit a highly specific corporate vision of what a marketable idol should be.
And this isn't just about art or nurturing talent. It's a strategic multi-billion-dollar investment, right? This whole system is about the business.
Oh, entirely. This rigorous model is precisely how the big four entertainment companies, HYBE, SM Entertainment, YG Entertainment, and JYP Entertainment, build their vast empires.
The big four.
Okay. Their genius isn't merely in scouting raw talent. It's about systematically building a marketable brand from the ground up, meticulously controlling the idol's entire public persona as a piece of valuable intellectual property, or IP.
IP, so the idol is the product.
In many ways, yes. This focus on IP means they own the idol's image, their sound, their choreography, virtually every aspect of their public presentation. It allows them to monetize not just music sales, but merchandise, endorsements, media appearances, and even future ventures, ensuring long-term diversified revenue streams.
That's actually brilliant from a business perspective.
It's genius because it effectively de-risks dependence on any single artist's raw, unpredictable talent by creating a cohesive group as a unified, controllable brand.
If we connect this to the bigger picture, one of the most brilliant, almost counterintuitive monetization strategies they've perfected is what's known as the photo card phenomenon. Can you explain that?
Sure, when you buy a physical K-pop album, it often comes with random photo cards of the group members. Little collectible cards.
Okay, like baseball cards, but for idols.
Kind of, yeah. This simple, tangible item creates a powerful incentive for superfans to buy multiple copies, sometimes 10, 20, or even more, of the exact same album, just to collect their favorite member's card, complete a rare set, or get one of each version.
Wait, people buy 20 copies of the same album for a photo card?
Absolutely. It happens all the time. This strategy is incredibly successful and unique to the industry. In 2024, an astonishing 17 of the world's top 20 best-selling albums were by K-pop artists.
17 out of 20, that's domination.
That's not just a commercial success, it's a profound testament to the power of deeply engaged fan communities and a business model that brilliantly gamifies album sales in a digital age.
And the economic impact of all of this extends far, far beyond just album sales. You mentioned it's a huge boost for South Korea's economy.
Oh, absolutely massive. K-pop's global success has become an absolutely massive economic engine for South Korea as a whole. In 2021, the broader cultural content industry recorded over $12.4 billion in export revenue.
$12.4 billion.
Billion. To put that in staggering perspective, that figure actually surpassed the country's exports of consumer electronics.
Wow. More than electronics. That's huge.
This shows that cultural content is now as critical to South Korea's global trade and national identity as traditional industrial sectors like semiconductors and automobiles. The ripple effect is truly incredible.
Ripple effect. How so?
For every $100 million in cultural content exports, an additional $180 million in consumer goods exports is generated, driving demand for everything from Korean beauty products to food and fashion, often seen on idols themselves.
So watching K-pop makes people buy Korean makeup and clothes?
Basically, yeah. And it creates nearly 3,000 new jobs. That's an incredible multiplier effect, proving culture can be a powerhouse industry.
That's fascinating. And within the big four entertainment agencies, you mentioned they have different approaches.
Yeah, they do. They're all publicly listed on the Korean Stock Exchange, and you actually see quite different business philosophies and risk appetites at play.
Like what?
For instance, JYP Entertainment stands out for its remarkable financial stability. It consistently boasts one of the highest operating profit margins among its competitors, around 24.6%.
Pretty high margin.
Very. Which signals a very lean, efficient operation that manages to earn more profit per artist by keeping costs tightly controlled.
Okay, JYP is stable. What about HYBE?
On the other hand, HYBE, the agency behind BTS, often has much lower operating profit margins, typically between 4–8%.
That's a big difference. Why so low?
It's largely due to its high spending on acquisitions of other companies and content platforms, which involves significant integration costs and debt servicing. HYBE's business model relies heavily on a few top artists.
Like BTS.
Exactly. Which makes it a higher risk investment, despite its incredible growth potential driven by its fan platform, Weverse.
So HYBE is more high risk, high reward.
You could say that.
Yeah.
This disparity really illustrates that even within this highly industrialized model, there isn't a single formula for success. It's a spectrum of risk and reward tied to different strategic approaches.
That's a powerful picture of how the Big Four operate. And among them, HYBE, with its undeniable success story, BTS, arguably took those established K-pop rules and completely rewrote them.
They really did. Their journey is quite different.
Their journey, in many ways, defied the very system we've just described. Formed in 2010 by Big Hit Entertainment, which at the time was a small company teetering on the verge of bankruptcy,
Yeah, they were struggling.
BTS faced immense skepticism right from the start. They were dismissed as a Nugu group. That's a term in Korea that literally translates to who and is used for unknown acts with little to no public recognition.
Nugu. Yeah, basically nobody knew them.
Their very name, Bulletproof Boy Scouts, was often mocked by industry insiders.
It was definitely unique at the time.
Their early career was a real uphill battle. Limited resources meant low-budget music videos, and they struggled to get any significant screen time on the major music shows. They were fighting against the current from day one.
What truly set BTS apart, despite those early struggles and being an underdog, was their foundational philosophy, which broke from the norm.
How so?
Unlike many traditional idol groups where members are largely products of the company, BTS members were formed with the understanding that they would have genuine creative input and be actively encouraged to express themselves.
So they had more creative freedom.
Significantly more. Their early hip-hop influenced sound was raw, gritty, and deeply rebellious. They directly addressed taboo topics in South Korean society, like the intense anxieties of youth, the crushing pressures of the country's hyper-competitive educational system, and societal expectations.
That sounds very different from typical idol pop.
It was. Their discography, from their debut single to Cool for School to the introspective Love Yourself trilogy, shows a remarkable artistic evolution from sharp social critique to profoundly personal themes of self-love, mental health, and finding your own voice.
That authenticity.
It resonated on a profound global level.
It certainly did. Their willingness to tackle sensitive subjects, to be vulnerable and real, transformed them into a powerful social and political voice for an entire generation, far beyond just music. Their Love Myself campaign with UNICEF launched in 2017, which was built on the powerful idea that true love first begins with loving myself, elevated them to the status of global cultural ambassadors.
A huge platform.
This led to incredible opportunities. They were invited to speak at the United Nations General Assembly, where their leader, RM, delivered a stirring speech urging young people to speak yourself, regardless of their background or identity.
Such a powerful message.
And in their 2020 UNGA speech, during the height of the pandemic, the members openly shared their personal struggles with the isolation and uncertainty of COVID-19, turning their collective experience into a powerful message of hope, resilience, and connection for young people worldwide.
That was very impactful.
It really makes you wonder, how does such an authentic message, even from an underdog group, manage to resonate so powerfully with young people worldwide, transcending language, cultural barriers, and even national borders?
A huge, undeniable part of that resonance comes from their truly unique relationship with their fan base, the ARMY.
Ah, yes, the ARMY. They're legendary.
They really are. The ARMY isn't just a group of passive consumers. It's a decentralized global force that completely redefined fan culture itself.
Redefined it how?
It shifted from mere passive consumption to incredibly active, coordinated, and passionate participation. Their organization and dedication are remarkable.
In what ways? Like streaming?
Oh yeah. They've propelled BTS to unprecedented chart success through meticulously coordinated streaming parties, mass voting movements on award shows, and active promotion across every social media platform imaginable, almost like a synchronized global effort that's part marketing team, part cheer squad, and part social movement.
Wow. So they're incredibly organized.
Extremely. And the Army's influence goes far, far beyond just entertainment and music charts. They've actually become a powerful engine for social and political advocacy.
Really? Like what?
We've seen them launch incredibly effective fundraising campaigns for various social issues, from Black Lives Matter to environmental causes, demonstrating the truly transformative potential of fan culture when it's mobilized for collective good.
That's amazing. So fandom can be a force for good.
It shows that fandom isn't just about buying albums. It can be a genuine force for positive change in the world.
This powerful symbiotic synergy between BTS and the Army has resulted in a series of truly record-breaking achievements that shattered previous benchmarks for K-pop and even for global music.
They broke so many records.
BTS became the first South Korean group to sell 1 million albums in their home country with their 2016 album Wings, a feat previously unimaginable.
1 million seller in Korea, huge deal.
They were also the first South Korean group to debut at #1 on the Billboard Hot 100 with a Korean language track, Life Goes On.
That was massive. A Korean song at #1 in the US.
A monumental moment that broke a significant language barrier in Western music markets. And perhaps one of their biggest milestones, they were the first South Korean act to receive a major Grammy nomination and perform on the coveted Grammy stage.
The Grammys were a huge step.
So what does this all mean for the bigger picture? The success of BTS, when you look at it in its entirety, really proves that the K-pop business model, when it's infused with an authentic message that genuinely connects with people.
That authenticity piece is key.
And when it's combined with a digitally empowered, globally unified fandom, can transcend traditional geographical and linguistic boundaries to achieve truly unprecedented global dominance.
It's a powerful blueprint.
It's a powerful blueprint for how to connect with an audience on a deeply personal, emotionally resonant level, even at a massive worldwide scale, and how to harness that connection for global impact.
Well said.
While BTS's story is certainly an anomaly in its rapid, organic global ascent, the broader K-pop industry is a rich, diverse tapestry of creativity and innovation that continuously pushes boundaries. It's not just one group, it's a vibrant constellation of talent constantly evolving and reinventing itself.
That's absolutely right. It's important not to forget that.
Each K-pop generation has contributed distinct musical and stylistic innovations that have continuously shaped and refined the genre, proving its dynamic nature.
That's absolutely right. If we trace this evolution, the second generation, roughly from 2005 to 2011, saw groups like Girls' Generation and Super Junior pioneer the large group model that became a cornerstone of the industry.
Big groups, lots of members.
Exactly. Girls' Generation, for instance, wasn't just popular. They were the first girl group to sell out the iconic Tokyo Dome, a huge symbolic and commercial milestone in the Korean Wave's expansion into Asia.
Tokyo Dome is a big deal.
Huge. Then you had groups like Big Bang and SHINee, who were true creative powerhouses. Big Bang's G-Dragon pioneered the concept of the self-producer idol, an artist who takes an active, hands-on role in songwriting, composing, and overall production.
So idols started writing their own music more.
He really pushed that forward, shifting the paradigm from purely performance-based idols. And their Bang Bong wasn't just a fun name, it was the first official light stick.
The light sticks, everyone has those now.
It became a merchandising standard and a symbol of collective fandom across the entire industry. SHINee, meanwhile, didn't just dance, they sculpted performances. Their choreography was revolutionary for its incredible complexity and precision.
SHINee's choreo is legendary.
It demanded a level of synchronized artistry that set a new benchmark for the industry and profoundly influenced subsequent generations to push the boundaries of visual performance.
Okay, so that's the second generation. Then we smoothly transition into the third generation, roughly from 2012 to 2017. Who stands out here?
Here you have EXO, who debuted with this incredibly intricate exoplanet lore, a complex fictional universe for their group, and a clever dual group concept.
The K&M groups, right.
Exactly. That allowed them to promote simultaneously in both the Korean and Chinese markets, strategically broadening their reach. And of course, the globally recognized Blackpink, also from this generation,
Everyone knows Blackpink.
who perfected the girl crush concept. This is a powerful, confident, and edgy aesthetic that seamlessly blends pop, hip-hop, and EDM with high-fashion visuals, creating a bold, aspirational image.
They have amazing style.
And their strategic collaborations with massive Western artists like Lady Gaga and Dua Lipa were absolutely pivotal in bridging cultural gaps and bringing K-pop even further into the global mainstream, breaking down barriers for future acts.
Those collabs were huge. Okay, so now we're in the fourth generation.
And now, looking at the fourth generation, from roughly 2018 to 2022, and still evolving, you see groups like Stray Kids, who are largely defined by their powerful self-producing unit 3RACHA.
Stray Kids have passionate fans too.
Their music is celebrated for its incredible complexity, with dense, layered production and a strong focus on introspective and often dark lyrical depth that truly sets them apart from more algorithm-driven sounds.
More self-produced stuff.
Definitely a trend. Then there's New Jeans, a newer group from the same generation who made waves by introducing a distinctly minimalist, lo-fi R&B sound, often incorporating natural, even whispered vocals that really stood out from the high-energy, bombastic trends of their contemporaries.
New Jeans has a very cool, chill vibe.
What's unique about New Jeans is also their fluid branding, which changes subtly with each new concept, offering a novel, less rigid approach to marketability in an industry often defined by strong, consistent identities. It's fascinating to see how each group innovates within the established framework.
It's truly incredible to witness how each group built upon the last, continuously pushing boundaries, experimenting with new sounds, and defining fresh aesthetics. It really showcases the industry's remarkable capacity for continuous evolution and adaptation.
Keeps things interesting.
When you consider this vast and diverse landscape, how do you think these incredibly diverse sounds and concepts manage to appeal to such a wide range of different tastes within the truly vast and global K-pop fandom? It's like a universe of musical styles, each with its own unique gravitational pull.
That diversity is absolutely key to its widespread and enduring appeal. There's truly something for almost everyone, and it's not by accident. This entire global phenomenon, known as Hallyu or the Korean wave,
Hallyu, right?
is far from organic. It's a highly strategic, government-backed initiative. Since the devastating Asian financial crisis in 1997, South Korea has consciously and strategically leveraged its cultural industry as a key tool to promote its global brand, enhance its international standing, and boost its economy.
That's genuinely fascinating. So the government actively pushed this. It's a deliberate act of soft power, isn't it?
Exactly, soft power, meaning diplomatic influence achieved through cultural appeal and attraction, rather than through economic coercion or military force.
And it's clearly working incredibly well.
Undeniably. The explosive success of K-pop, along with globally acclaimed Korean media like the Oscar-winning film Parasite and the record-breaking series Squid Game, has significantly boosted South Korea's global soft power ranking, making it a cultural powerhouse on the world stage.
Absolutely. The influence of Hallyu extends far beyond just entertainment and into tangible economic and social impacts. It's a key driver of tourism, for example.
Massive driver. In 2023, an astounding 72.5% of foreign visitors to South Korea explicitly cited K-pop or K-dramas as a primary motivator for their visit.
Almost 3/4, just for K-pop and K-drama.
Yep. It's also had a profound impact on global fashion and beauty trends, with luxury brands like Givenchy and Balmain now actively seeking K-pop idols as ambassadors and creating looks directly inspired by K-pop's cutting-edge aesthetic.
You see idols fronting major fashion campaigns now.
All the time. And think about the dramatic rise in Korean language study worldwide. That's a direct result of millions of people wanting to connect more deeply with this culture, to understand the lyrics, or to watch their favorite dramas without subtitles.
That makes sense. And the digital platforms have been primary engines for what's often called Hallyu 2.0, right? The internet changed everything.
Completely. The internet and social media have completely democratized the fan experience, enabling direct, instant artist-to-fan engagement in ways that were utterly impossible just a decade or two ago.
Like VLive or Weverse now.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Fans themselves have become incredibly active participants in this ecosystem, creating their own content like intricate dance covers, hilarious reaction videos, and insightful fan theories. This isn't just passive fan activity. It's a powerful, unpaid, and incredibly effective form of consumer-generated advertising that helps propel songs to viral status, creating a self-sustaining promotional cycle.
Free marketing, basically, generated by the fans themselves.
Pretty much. Now, this initial decentralization of fan activity, primarily on platforms like Twitter and Tumblr, initially posed a challenge for entertainment companies because it was difficult to monetize directly.
Right. How do you make money off a tweet?
So, in response, companies have brilliantly reasserted control and created their own proprietary platforms, the most notable being Weverse. developed by HYBE. These platforms act as walled gardens,
Walled gardens?
meaning closed ecosystems, offering exclusive content, behind-the-scenes glimpses, direct artist communication, and merchandise sales, allowing companies to own the entire fandom value chain. It's a genius move to consolidate and monetize.
Okay, so bring the fans onto your platform where you control the experience and the sales.
Precisely. And this strategic shift has transformed K-pop into a true pioneer of what could be described as an emotional software as a service, or SaaS, business model.
Emotional SaaS. That sounds intense.
It kind of is. They're monetizing the parasocial intimacy, that deep, often one-sided emotional connection fans feel with their idols through tiered memberships, exclusive content subscriptions, and collectible purchases. It's a high-revenue, highly loyal model that other global industries are now scrambling to understand and replicate.
That makes so much sense. Monetizing the connection itself. This raises an important question. What does this level of direct monetized connection mean for the very fabric and future of entertainment as we know it?
It's truly groundbreaking, blurring the lines between art, commerce, and community in a way few other industries have managed. Now let's shift focus a bit to the artistry itself. The unique sound of K-pop is a testament to its deliberate hybridity.
Right, it blends so many genres.
Blending elements of hip-hop, electronic dance music, EDM, R&B, and pop into this incredibly polished, often experimental sound. It's common for a single track to contain multiple genres and dramatic shifts in tempo and style.
Yeah, songs can go in unexpected directions.
Artists like Blackpink have even successfully fused hip-hop beats with traditional Korean instruments in their music, creating something entirely new and culturally distinct within a global soundscape.
That fusion is really cool when it happens. This musical complexity is paired with a highly structured production cycle that fans eagerly anticipate and deeply engage with, known as the comeback.
The comeback cycle. Crucial.
Explain what a comeback really is. It's not just returning after a break, right?
Not really, no. It's a highly choreographed, cyclical process of releasing new music, typically an EP or a full album, complete with new music videos, concept photos, and meticulously planned promotional activities. This system ensures a constant stream of new content, maintains fan engagement, and drives consistent revenue generation, keeping the fan base continuously active and invested.
So it's a whole promotional blitz built around new music.
Exactly. And a core defining component of every comeback is the concept. This is the overarching theme, the narrative, that defines a group's identity for that specific era.
Like a mini-movie theme for the album.
Kind of. This concept influences absolutely everything. The visual storytelling of the music video, the outfits, the lyrical content, the styling for photo shoots, and even the live performances. It transforms each release into a cohesive, immersive story, making it essentially a visual album.
Oh, a visual album, yeah.
Where the music is intrinsically linked to a compelling visual narrative. For example, BTS's solo work often ties into a deeper narrative. RM's recent album, Indigo, serves as a reflective chronicle of his life from 2019 to 2022, capturing his thoughts and experiences.
Right, like a musical diary.
While Suga's album D-Day depicts his journey through different personas and artistic identities, exploring themes of freedom and breaking free.
Now, here's a truly fascinating paradox at the very heart of K-pop's artistry. The intense tension between its hyper-demanding choreography and the expectation of perfect vocal performance.
Yes, the performance paradox.
As one astute fan observed, and I think this nails it perfectly, at a certain point, dancing harder and singing well becomes a trade-off.
That really sums it up. It's a very real and persistent challenge that defines K-pop live performance. Modern K-pop choreography is often so physically demanding that it's been accurately described as close to full gym workouts.
Full gym workouts while singing. Oof.
It requires incredible stamina, precision, and athletic ability. Performing these highly complex acrobatic routines while simultaneously trying to sing live with perfect vocal stability and power is nearly impossible for even the most talented artists.
So how do they manage it? Or do they?
Well, this has led to the widespread use of pre-recorded vocals, or what fans sometimes refer to as lip-syncing or heavy backing tracks. It's a practice that is often criticized by international audiences.
Yeah, people complain about lip syncing.
But it's largely seen by many within the industry as a realistic and necessary compromise to deliver a visually flawless, high-energy performance. It really highlights the often unrealistic expectation placed on idols to achieve absolute perfection in both domains simultaneously, forcing a difficult choice.
Right. You want the amazing dance, but you also want perfect live vocals. Maybe you can't always have both at the absolute highest level.
It's a constant balancing act.
Exactly. So for you, the listener, how does this inherent balance or perhaps tension between stunning visuals and vocal presentation affect your own appreciation of live performances, whether they're in person or performances you watch online? Does understanding this paradox change how you perceive the artistry and effort involved?
It's definitely something to think about.
Now, as incredible and globally impactful as the K-pop industry is, we need to talk about the unseen costs and the darker side of this relentless pursuit of perfection.
Yeah, this is the tough part.
The punishing schedules, the intense cutthroat competition among trainees and debuted idols, and the overwhelming, often brutal social media scrutiny have led to widespread and severe mental health issues among idols, including anxiety, depression, burnout, and extreme stress.
It's an incredibly high-pressure environment where every aspect of one's life is under a microscope. The constant demand to maintain an impossibly flawless public image while silently facing personal emotional battles is immense and isolating.
And the stigma around mental health doesn't help.
Not at all. This immense burden is further complicated by the lingering stigma surrounding mental health in South Korea, which can unfortunately discourage artists from openly discussing their struggles or seeking the professional help they desperately need.
That's heartbreaking.
This tragic combination has led to truly heartbreaking consequences, including high-profile suicides of beloved idols, serving as a stark and devastating reminder of the industry's significant dark side and the human cost of perfection.
It's a really serious issue. Another persistent and deeply concerning issue that has rightfully gained a lot of attention is what are often referred to as slave contracts.
The contract issues, yeah.
These are long-term, highly restrictive agreements that historically granted management agencies immense, almost absolute, control over an idol's life, career, and even personal choices.
Control over everything.
Under these contracts, idols are often required to repay their companies for all their training costs, living expenses, and even promotional activities. This immense debt could literally prevent them from earning any personal profit for years, sometimes even a decade.
Years without earning, despite being famous.
Even after they've debuted and found significant success. They would be working tirelessly, but seeing almost no personal income.
Fortunately, there has been some significant, albeit slow, progress on this front due to increased public awareness and legal challenges. Legal reforms, spurred by landmark lawsuits from groups like TVXQ,
I remember that case.
have since limited contract lengths to a maximum of 7 years, aiming to reduce the exploitative aspects. However, despite these crucial changes, many issues of artist mistreatment, unfair profit distribution, and intense control unfortunately persist.
So it's better, but not totally fixed.
Not entirely. This is a crucial area for young people, especially you, the listener, to understand when you look at the seemingly perfect and glamorous lives portrayed online. What does perfection truly cost when it comes to human well-being, autonomy, and basic fairness in labor?
It's an important reality check. Beyond these internal pressures, the industry also faces persistent and growing criticism from global audiences for cultural appropriation.
Yes, this comes up a lot.
K-pop is frequently called out for its tone-deaf or culturally insensitive use of aesthetics, hairstyles, and mannerisms from other cultures, particularly Black culture and indigenous cultures.
Yeah, things like cornrows, durags.
We've seen numerous instances of artists wearing cornrows or durags without understanding their cultural significance, mocking Black mannerisms, or even incorporating sacred symbols from other religions, like insulting Hindu deities, without proper respect or context.
It's often attributed in part to a corporate culture dominated by an older generation of executives and producers who grew up in a more socially and culturally isolated South Korea.
So maybe a lack of exposure.
Possibly. Their limited exposure to diverse global cultures, and in some cases their reliance on stereotypes gleaned from Western media, has regrettably resulted in a persistent lack of awareness, education, and accountability, despite growing global backlash from fans and critics.
And the idols themselves. Can they speak up?
Well, there's also a significant power imbalance at play within the highly hierarchical Korean entertainment industry. A young idol who points out a potentially problematic element in a concept or costume would be going against the very grain of Korean society and its rigid social structure.
So it's really hard for them to challenge the bosses.
It makes it incredibly difficult, almost impossible, for them to speak up and challenge those decisions, inadvertently perpetuating these problematic practices despite increasing global awareness and criticism. It's a complex systemic issue, not just individual mistakes.
That context about the power imbalance is so important. It really highlights why it's vital for global cultural phenomena like K-pop, with its massive international reach and influence, to be incredibly mindful and respectful of diverse cultures.
Absolutely critical.
It's not just about avoiding offense, but about promoting genuine cultural understanding and exchange. And what role do you think fans, particularly the incredibly active global fandoms, play in raising awareness about these issues and hopefully driving positive change within the industry?
Fans play an absolutely critical role. They are often the conscience of the industry and its most vocal advocates for change. Their collective voice, amplified by social media, has become a powerful force in holding companies accountable and educating artists.
So fans can make a difference.
Definitely. As for the road ahead, the K-pop industry is unequivocally poised for continued, massive global expansion and a fascinating integration of new technologies.
The growth isn't stopping.
Not at all. The K-pop events market, which includes live music, dedicated music tourism experiences, and large-scale festivals, is projected to surge from $8.1 billion in 2021 to a staggering $20 billion by 2031.
$20 billion, wow.
This growth will be fueled by an evolving business model that brilliantly combines the irreplaceable magic of in-person concerts with highly sophisticated live streaming experiences and even deeper fan engagement through digital platforms like Weverse.
Okay, so blending the real and the digital. Perhaps the most significant and potentially transformative development on the horizon is the dramatic rise of AI and virtual idols.
Virtual idols. This is fascinating.
We're already seeing compelling examples like Plave, a group of entirely virtual idols that perform, interact, and even stream, and SM Entertainment's digital avatar, Nivus.
Right, AI performers.
These sophisticated digital avatars are being presented by companies as a revolutionary solution to the physical or mental limitations of human performers. Think about it. They can work 24/7, appear in multiple locations simultaneously. They aren't subject to the same pressures of stress, exhaustion, burnout, or even scandals that human idols face.
No scandals, no burnout.
From an agency perspective, it sounds almost utopian, an endless, perfect workforce, right?
It does sound like a dream for efficiency. But this innovation also raises profoundly complex ethical and creative dilemmas.
Like what?
For example, could the widespread, unchecked use of AI-generated music and virtual performers devote crucial streaming royalties and income away from human creators, the songwriters, composers, and performers who build the foundation of the music?
Good point. Where does the money go?
And could a heavy reliance on formulaic and data-driven algorithms to generate music ultimately lead to a less innovative, more homogenized, and predictable music landscape, where artistic expression is sacrificed for optimized marketability?
Will music become less creative if it's all made by AI?
These are fundamental questions about the future of artistry and human creativity in the digital age.
It's clear that the future of the K-pop industry will involve a continuous and fascinating negotiation of these tensions between human artistry and technological advancements, between individual well-being and corporate demands, between global reach and cultural sensitivity.
Lots of balancing acts.
As older, established groups like EXO navigate transitions into solo careers and mandatory military service, newer generations led by groundbreaking groups like Stray Kids and New Jeans are confidently stepping into the spotlight, bringing fresh sounds and ideas.
The cycle continues.
It's highly likely that human artists will increasingly engage with AI tools not to be replaced, but to enhance their creativity, using them for production, composition, and even visual concepts.
AI is a tool, not a replacement.
And the business model will continue to evolve, with companies building out their emotional SaaS platforms to maintain and monetize that deep, intensely personal, emotionally resonant relationship between artists and fans.
So, in synthesis, K-pop will continue to define its place on the global stage by embracing its core contradiction. Its ability to be both a meticulously engineered, highly capitalized product and, at its very best, a source of profound, genuine artistic expression that resonates deeply with audiences worldwide, touching on universal themes of youth, identity, and dreams.
What an incredible journey we've been on today. We've gone from K-pop's rebellious roots under censorship through its incredibly sophisticated industrial production, the unique anomaly of BTS and their transformative fandom, the breadth of its artistic talent across diverse generations, and its ongoing challenges in balancing perfection with human cost and cultural responsibility.
We covered a lot of ground.
K-pop truly is a powerful testament to cultural innovation, brilliant business acumen, and the immense transformative power of global fandom.
This raises an important question for all of us. In a world where technology and human connection are rapidly evolving, how will the unique, deeply emotional parasocial bond between artists and fans continue to shape not just K-pop, but the entire entertainment industry as we know it, blurring the lines between performer and community?
It's a great question to end on.
It's a fascinating thought to ponder, and we highly encourage you to continue exploring, perhaps by looking deeper into the specific artists we've mentioned, researching the impact of K-pop on global soft power, or even exploring the societal impact of K-pop in your own communities.
Thank you for diving deep with us today. We hope you'll take these insights and continue to explore the amazing, complex, and ever-evolving world of K-pop.